Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Down in the Valley where them girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then you know she gon' shake it. P Valley. So this is season 2, episode 4, and it was titled Demetrius. All right, y'all. So it opened. Oh shoot, I'm about to jump into it real quick though. If y'all end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and hit that little notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, let's jump into it, y'all. So it's ass clapping, money flowing, they getting in, whatever like that, and then we see the lady who was divorced and she was spending her settlement money, child, and then she woke up underneath the bar, sleep or whatever. We see her. So she throwing bands, whisper over there, hypnotizing her. She like, oh yes, come on. And so then she ends up going in the back with Toy. I said, not Toy, not funky ass Toy. A farting ass Toy, not her, child. So the lady back there, she got her mask on and stuff like that. Toy, for some crazy reason, starts taking the lady mask off, child, and then Toy ends up sneezing on the lady. The way they showed them particles, I was cracking up. She was like, oh hell no, I'd have punched Toy for real. But she was like, oh my god, I got allergies, I swear it's allergies. She get up on the mic. She was like, I am the health department. This whole place is against health department regulations. And she ended up shutting down the paint. I said, now you want to shut down the paint, but you was in here with your mask off throwing bands. Like, that's your fault that you allowed her to take your mask off. You should have told her, I said her ass should have been in the house anyway. And you was over here breaking your own rules, child. I said, So she ends up with a big ass ruler talking about this is 6 feet. They was like, the dance is supposed to be 6 feet away from the people. If you want this club to open up, y'all over capacity anyway. I want plastic partitions, HIPAA filters or whatever. Most important, everybody need to wear that mask. And I'm gonna come back in 24 hours to check it out. And if y'all ain't right, it's gonna be a $25,000 fine. Uncle Clifford like, bitch, ain't nobody got that in their pocketbook. Like, what you talking about? And so Uncle Clifford was looking at her. And he was like, you know what? You look like somebody's third, fourth cousin. So then he ends up taking her mask or whatever. She was like, you the bitch that fell asleep underneath the bar after spending your whole divorce settlement. And then everybody else was like, yup. And it turned out that she was sleeping with the husband mama. The mama. She was like, all right, I'm going to knock it down to 11,000. But that's as far as I can go. I was cracking up. So they got to get everything together, child. So they go out. They all cussing out Toy or whatever like that. And so Brazil, she like, I can vouch for Toy. She do got allergies and stuff like that. And then Roulette, like, what the fuck you talking about? Nobody's talking to you. So then Brazil and Roulette get into a fight, to an argument, whatever like that. And she was like, I don't understand why you over here complaining, Roulette, because word on the street is you doing extracurricular activities with your mouth. She was like, what is you talking about? Nobody doing that. Well, some dude came in here asking for the dick sucking lip girl. And so then they start fighting, child. Uncle Clifford like, not up in here. Of course, somebody recording it or whatever like that. Not whoop that trick came. I said, they is so shady. And so Uncle Clifford was like, turn that camera off. This is not the Real Housewives of Chuckalisa. And so then they separate. Big L finally doing some security because he ends up carrying Roulette out the room or whatever. Big L offering her some brown. She like, I don't mess with that or whatever like that. And Big L like, well, how you learn how to beat a nigga ass? She was like, I don't, my brother, he used to wrestle or whatever like that. And I don't beat niggas asses. I just beat bitches or whatever. He was like, all right, well, whatever. She was like, well, look, if you want to fire me, go ahead and fire me. He was like, fire you for what? She was like, fighting. He was like, fighting? Like, is that all? She was like, I don't know what you talking about or whatever like that. He was like, well, I mean, what would it look like? Brazil telling some facts or whatever, because the way you was rolling out that car. She was like, well, what was you and Eminem over there doing or whatever? And he was like, she was like, yeah, the way you just gave me that shut the fuck up, mind my business look, I see that you into some stuff. But you know, I'm a classy woman. She went to pick up that bottle, child, and put that to her lips. Big L was like, bitch, no. I was cracking up. So he basically told her like, you need to be the finesser and not get finessed or whatever. And so, child, why on the news it said pissy and pink? Hey, if y'all ever seen that clip of the two girls and it's like a club or whatever, Bella Noche's, they closed down. Why they had the two girls? Those is actually the same two girls who was just like, if they closed down Bella Noche's, we supposed to go. You can't have fun at Bella Noche's. That is my favorite clip, right? So those are the same two girls, child. Because the one girl, she was like, everywhere we go, everything gets shut down. Like, if we can't have fun at the Pink, where is we supposed to go? I was cracking up. I said, oh my God. I said, not the Pink getting the original two girls. That is my clip right there. If y'all ain't never seen that clip, you guys see it. Because they be so mad. If we can't go to the party like Bella Noche's. Anyway, let me move on, child. We see Mercedes. She on the phone with Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford talk about what happened last night or whatever like that. And he like, it's gonna be all right or whatever. Cause she was like, well, I should have been there and stuff. He was like, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna get the club back up and running or whatever. Her mama ends up being on the news, child. So she like, turn on the news or whatever. And so it looked like she running for mayor and she telling them to vote hell to the no to the casino. I said, Lord. And so then Mercedes like, you done created a whole monster or whatever. And so then she gets a text from Coach saying like she needs to finish the experience. I said, okay, because usually he texts on the weekends, but ain't this a weekday? But okay. But anyway, we see Mississippi. She in the hair beauty store or whatever like that. Her lashes up there and stuff. And so Murder asking Wodie like, where my promo at? He like, I mean, you would look good in some lashes, man. You would look good in some lashes or whatever. And so Mississippi run over there to Murder and show him the video of the fight. And they looking like, Lord have mercy. We see Gidget. She ends up being with them because she gonna ride to where was she going to? Alabama, I think. No, where was they going? They was going to the next area to, perform or whatever like that. We see Autumn. She's still living out of trash bags, child, and hearing Goose. Corbin knocking at the door or whatever. And he like, look like y'all got shut down again. And she like, what you doing here? Shouldn't you be here with your lawyer and stuff like that? And he like, well, he went on back to Atlanta or whatever. She like, oh, okay. And so basically he's telling her, don't let this investment drown you or whatever like that. So she like, I've been in rougher waters than this or whatever. And so he like, now look here, bitch. I ain't gonna argue. I ain't gonna go back and forth with you or whatever like that. And I offer you $1 million. She was like, But see, the way you just double that shows me what I'm worth so much more. And then she closed the door or whatever. So then we see Dre, he back home. He go in his house and say, baby, I'm home or whatever. We hear this coughing and moaning. I said, oh no, she got the Rona. Oh my God. And so maybe he thought she had the Rona or maybe he thought something about you. Well, I was going on because, child, she was choking. I said, girl, you got to relax. Never mind. But she back there choking. And so she's slobbing on the noggin of her coworker, child. I said she ain't shit because she ain't really feel like guilty because of course Dre started beating up on dude, but it was more like, get off of him, Dre, get off of him. She was advocating for the doctor that was getting beat up or whatever like that. And so and then she gonna tell myself, well, you in here without your mask on. Bitch, you was flopping on knobbing and you ain't had no mask on. Hello. But so he was like, look. So it's because she was just like, well, we doctors. And I just thought, I said, girl, so you ain't going to make no excuse or no reason or you ain't even going to try to apologize for cheating on your, oh, okay. So you trash. So then he ends up saying, because she was like, well, you were supposed to be back here next week. He was like, yeah, I came early because I came to ask permission to my wife. She was like, permission for what? To run for mayor or whatever. So now she mad at him because he want to elevate and be mayor of Chucalissa. So she like, well, my daddy offered you a job and you couldn't take that job, but you going to take the job of your uncle or whatever, and you ain't going to win. I said, oh, so you double trash. Oh, okay. So let's pack our stuff up, Dre, and let's leave. Okay. So Mercedes back at the coach's house, child. She got on her trench coat with her G-string and her bralette on or whatever like that. And she like, coach. And then the wifey there talking about, I just came to get my camera and stuff. She was like, oh my God. Because she had all the cheeks out, child. And so the wife, she's still there. So it was kind of awkward because they was kind of like passing each other and it was just weird. But I'm like, it wasn't weird when y'all was about to, get it in. And so then the wifey apologizes because she said that she ain't did nothing like that, but I don't believe her. And then Mercedes said she ain't never did nothing like that. And I'm like, for real, girl. And so then, the wife was, so Mercedes was like, oh, you ain't never do that, but it seemed easy for you or whatever. And she was like, well, it was just like in a moment or whatever like that. And so then the coach ends up calling the wifey or whatever. And so they talk for a little bit while Mercedes, she get on the pole, she start working out. And so the wifey started taking pictures and stuff. So she was like, look, Mercedes was like, you said no, she said no press, no public appearances, no photos. That was in the NDA that you had me sign or whatever. And she was like, yeah, but if you won't tell him, I won't tell him or nothing like that. So Uncle Clifford ends up bringing grandma to the pink and whatever like that. And because Uncle Clifford had went to the store to try to find like plastic, hand sanitizer, all this stuff. And so she ends up telling all of them like they was all out. But then Eminem, because Big L like, I got a surprise for y'all. Eminem roll up with a truck full of people and all these African guys or whatever. And here go Uncle Clifford. What you got them from Wakanda? Cracking up. They had plastic, they had hand sanitizer, they had partition, they had everything, child. And so we see Toy, because at first Toy was like, hey, Uncle Clifford. And Uncle Clifford was like, bitch, you already caused enough goddamn drama up in here. But then she turned the corner and it's is it the Pussy Posse or the Pink Posse? Whatever the group chat is, they all ganged up together, whatever, to, help put the pink back in order and stuff. And then they had brought Diamond. So, we back with Wodie and them. So, Wodie, what was he talking about? Oh, so then they talking about something, child. But then Wodie talking about pulling out a whole bunch of shit out of a dead person. They like, what the fuck is you talking about? They was listening to, the killings. It was more cop killings on the news and stuff like that. And Teak was just like, he was all in it. And then they end up changing the radio station. Of course, Teak, all of his feelings, like, why would you change that? Like, I'm listening to that or whatever. But then they end up hearing DJ Never Scared on the radio or whatever like that. And so Gidget ends up calling them. And so they like, little nigga, you glowing up. All right. I see you on the radio and stuff like that. And DJ Never Scared, like, you could be glowing up too, but you need to send me the song or whatever like that. And so then Wodie like, all right, man, let's get this Panera, let's get this money, let's get this Panini, let's get all this or whatever like that. Get Murder Some publication. And so then Wodie and the manager arguing because Wodie don't think the manager, what's his name? Rome. The Rome thinking Wodie ain't doing as much as he doing for Mississippi, because Rome always got Mississippi on deals and stuff like that. So he talking about how Wodie ain't doing this for murder and all this other stuff. So they start arguing and stuff like that. Then they hear on the radio that it's a curfew in Birmingham or whatever. So they like, fuck, like at 8 o'clock, that's when we was going to go to the club or whatever, do the show and stuff. So then they like, all right, well, we was going to have a kickback in my suite or whatever like that. Teak up front, he freaking the fuck out, child. I said, child. We see Mercedes, child. She up there, on the pole doing her thing or whatever like that. Y'all know how Mercedes do. And then so the wife be like, oh my God, I wish I could do shit like that. And so Mercedes like, well, you gotta get naked because the pole needs your skin or whatever like that. You need to take your clothes off so the pole can grip your skin. And so she's scared. She's like, what if I fall? Well, what if you fly? So then the wifey get up there, child, she fall. It was a flop. And she was like, the pole was like, bitch, you thought. And so then she get on there and she try to twerk, but she talk about something she can't twerk. Mercedes get behind her and was like, you gotta use your twerk muscle, whatever like that. And she was like, all right, girl, all right, show me again. So then they start doing the twerk muscle or whatever like that. Wifey try to get it. And so then Wifey was like, well, I was trying to fucking hate you, but I found myself hating myself or whatever like that. And then she started crying. She was like, I ain't mean to cry in front of the stripper. And then so Mercedes like, bitch, I'm more than a stripper. But she was just like, I ain't mean it like that. Yes, you did. You did mean it like that, but it's okay or whatever like that. And so she was like, well, you should go because Coach gonna be here in a while. She was like, Coach is leaving out of Memphis. He not flying into Memphis. I'm the one who text you or whatever like that. Because I never met a woman that could hold her own weight like you or whatever. And so, child, they get the kissing. They about to bow chicky wow. And so that's why I'm like, I don't believe the wife be talking about something that was her first time. Bitch, you was eating like a pro. I ain't mad at it. Anyway, we see grandma, she a mess or whatever like that, talking about something. She don't need no plate. She just need that Black Panther over there. And he talking about, actually, my name is Godfrey. And she was like, Godfrey? That's a white boy name, ain't it? She a mess. And then we see the strippers girl. They over there talk about Diamond and why he left the pink and stuff like that. Everybody got rumors. Toy the only one with the right rumor, because she like, well, I heard that Mississippi pulled a gun out on him after he was beating up on her baby daddy or whatever like that. And they was like, girl, that's crazy as hell. You up here with these lies and bullshit or whatever like that. The whole time, Big Bone listening to all the stories and just watching. She just observing the scene and stuff like that. And so we see Diamond, he walking towards the back or whatever like that, and he ends up going to the murder room, aka the cloud room and stuff, and then he starts seeing a dude or a hand coming out the water. It wasn't a water on there, but you know, in his head he saw like a man's hand coming out of water, blood or whatever like that. He started having an anxiety attack. So then, or a panic attack. Big L walks in and, you know, snaps him out of his vision or whatever. So we see the interim mayor, he on the news and stuff like that, talk about it's going to be a curfew at 8 p.m. And they like, dang, that's in a few minutes. Like, Uncle Clifford like, well, everybody's room in here for everybody to stay. Everybody can stay, whatever. And all them thinking like, no, because that's her space. That's where she's sleeping at or whatever like that. And Toy basically like, well, I got to get my baby. One of the other girls was like, that you got Clifford, no, whatever the child, Charlie, Chuck, somebody, you got him watching the baby. Paternity test came back that he is the daddy. I was cranking up. So then we see Pastor Woodbine on the news, and she like doing like, you know how she is, she loud, she preaching and stuff like that. And then so she trying to, because at first it sounded like she was enticing a riot, and I was like, that can't be it. But in reality, she was trying to tell the town to be calm and, you know, just pray and all this other stuff or whatever. Roulette, she going through it because she just watching the scene out play out on TV. And so she like, you know, you could tell like she real emotional and stuff like that. Andre acted pink. And Uncle Clifford come over there to him and was like, you look like a man whose wife just cheated on him. And he was like, I am. She was like, oh, damn. So she walked away. Eminem getting a text about a new shipment and stuff like that. He hear Roulette in the back crying. And so she, you know, going through it, and she was just saying, like, this remind me of my brother and stuff. You know, 5-0 hemmed him up. They claimed that they hemmed him up for a broken satellite. They claimed he had a gun, but I know for a fact that was a lie or whatever like that. And then so she starts screaming at Eminem, like, talking about, y'all always get away with shit or whatever. And so then he asked what the brother name was, and it was Demetrius. And so she showed the tag of him on her arm or whatever. And she was like, we called him Michi. And so then they had like a moment. And I was so happy that Eminem didn't try to downplay her pain or like be like, oh no, it ain't us, it ain't me. I'm glad he did not say that. I'm glad he understood and actually listened to what she had to say or whatever like that, because it could have went left real quick, because you know how some of them be, child, and you just be like, just go. So we see Big L, he complaining to Diamond about how Uncle Clifford got him working everything. Got me working the bar, got me working the chicken, got me working the door, got me working everything. I just want to be security or whatever like that. And he like, look, I need a security officer like you to come back or whatever. And Diamond like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can come back. Maybe you need to find a different place of employment. And Big L like, I can't, because like, who else gonna hire me? Like, this is where I need to be. This is where I gotta be or whatever like that. And what did he say? He was like, as long as the pink here, I'm here or whatever. And so he like, but I need somebody like you who know where all the bodies is buried. So it looked like Diamond was considering coming back, but I don't really know for sure, whatever. So then they start joking, they start, you know, talking or whatever like that. Diamond ends up seeing Big Bone sitting on the or leaning on the motorcycle, and she's smoking a cigarette or whatever like that. So he go over there, they chatting, they smoking, they flirting and stuff like that. And so she was like, yeah, they been talk about you or whatever like that. Trust me, I already learned your name. And she basically want to give him the ride of her life. And it looked like she was about to, child. Because he like, well, you know, they got curfew at 8 o'clock. She was like, I'm willing to break curfew with you all night long. I said, okay, big ball, you better put that big ass on him, child. I don't know if he can handle it, though, girl. Diamond, I don't know, girl, because her booty is big. Like, it's like, it's a big ass. So I don't know. I'm surprised she got on that motorcycle on the child. Woo. Anyway, so it looked like they was about to ride off into the sunset. Wifey didn't put Mercedes to sleep, child. By the time she wake up, she got about 50-11 texts from everybody talking about some that was Farrah said that was amazing. We gotta link up again. And then she getting all these texts from other people talking about your mama is amazing. She's like, my mama is amazing. The fuck? So she ends up turning on the news or whatever, and she see it. She like, what the hell is going on? And then she see the text all late from the pussy posse or whatever, saying like they need to come help the Pink get back together and stuff like that. And so then she turned, because she was about to rush out the bed. I said, girl, you all late reading the text. So she about to rush out the bed, and then she ends up seeing a stack of money on the night table. I said, not that she left the money on the night table, but girl, collect it and put it in your bag. Anyway, at the hotel, Murder asking Teak, is he okay? Because Teak, he is really into these killings and all this other stuff. And he like really getting mad. He like really internalizing it, and he taking it all in. Like they kill him or something. Like he is really absorbing it, and he is like on it 24/7. Like he is glued to it or whatever like that. And they over there like drinking, smoking and stuff like that. And Teak is like focus, like he is tunnel vision on it all day or whatever. And so Murder asked him like he okay, and so then he snapped on Murder end up leaving or whatever. And then Teak about to beat the manager up because Rome ends up turning the TV off so he can like toast or whatever. And then Teak like, why you turn my TV off? Why you turn my my news off or whatever? I'm trying to watch that. He was like, man, what you need to watch that for? This is my suite. Like, what you want to watch that for? They out here killing people. They out here killing boys and stuff. And he was like, yeah, but what he do? And all this other stuff. Because they just ain't roll up on. Like, he sounded like every little white person talking about he deserved it. You know what I mean? And that was really making me mad. So I was like ready for Teak to beat Rome ass down. But they ain't let him fight him. And I was like, damn. Y'all let him fight the other guy. Why he can't fight Rome? I was mad. And so anyway, Wodie like, oh shit, he's trying to break it up or whatever like that. And so then Gidget somehow, I guess she was trying to say like he needed to leave or something like that. And oh no, they was trying to leave or whatever. And so I think Gidget said something to him, and then Teak went, oh, if you don't get your pasty ass out my face. I said, why do you always gotta make this man look extra crazy with his eyes? So then he mad. Teak ends up stepping on like a table, breaking that shit in pieces. I said, Lord, Mississippi having flashbacks of her husband, because that is her husband, ain't it? Yeah, her husband beating on her and screaming at her and shit. And so she having flashbacks of that shit. So she over there crying and shaking in the corner or whatever like that. Gidget over here like, I wish you would. I said, girl, shut up. Like, sometimes you just got to keep your mouth closed. Like, that was just not it, okay? We see Uncle Clifford at the club. He's telling the girls to make themselves comfy on the tables and stuff like that. And then he looks over it, and then like one of the girls was like, well, it looked like somebody already did. And Uncle Clifford's friend that was at the birthday party or whatever like that, she did take the place of Monte, because she is now behind like where all you would sell the stuff for the strippers, the outfits, the whatever, child. She back there. So I said, oh, okay. So what happened to Monte? What happened to her? Did she leave? Is she at home? Or I remember somebody was it in this show where somebody was saying she might have got deported? Like, what? Was it this show? I don't know, child. Maybe it was another show or somebody else. I watch so many goddamn shows. It don't make no sense. And most of them be true crime. So I don't know. But what happened to Monte, y'all? Y'all put it down there in the comments, because I sure as hell don't know. Anyway, what had happened, child? So then Uncle Clifford had peeped all them stuff and was like, And so Teak in the hotel room, he going crazy, whatever like that. Well, he not going crazy at this point. Teak in the hotel room and murdered the one him and Murder share. Well, do they share the hotel room? I guess so. Well, because it's, I don't know, because ain't it supposed to be Mississippi and Murder sharing a room, but they got like a divide so they can like cross over. So I guess it's Murder's room. I don't know, child. But at any rate, Murder in the bathtub in the shower, child, rapping and stuff. I guess that's his soundproof booth. And so not T coming in there pissing. I said, this nigga is ignorant as hell. He was like, man, don't you hear me rapping this shit? Fucking coming in here for. And so Teak going over there, he sit down after he peed and stuff like that, and he like, this, too weak for this world or whatever like that. And Murder like, you need to quit watching this shit. And so Teak wondering why like his mama had him and stuff like that, and he like, the world don't want no nigga, no smart nigga, no dumb nigga, no rich nigga. Like he just going on and on and on. He having like an emotional breakdown and stuff, and then Murder is basically like trying to calm him down or whatever. And so then he was like, but you want to be a boss nigga, like you want to be a platinum nigga, and I'm proud of you, man, or whatever, and all that you accomplish and stuff. And so then next thing we know, they start bowing chicky wow wow. And I said, well, okay, stars, you want to show lesbian sex and gay sex? I'm here for it, because sometimes we just need to mix it up. I mean, we used to always see the hetero sex all the time, and we always see the lesbian sex all the time, but we never see the man on man sex. So I was here for it, child. I mean, they used the condom, so they was protecting themselves and stuff like that. So I was here for it. But anyway, what happened, child? Oh, Mississippi. Because it was a lot of sex going on, and I was like, damn, bitch, it's been a minute. Anyway, Mississippi sending Gidget ass home because she got to go back to Nashville. She got to go. And then it looked like she had paid for Gidget to go back home $365. As soon as she sent that girl home, what's the boy name? Drake, what's her baby daddy name? Whatever his name is, child, the abuser, he ends up calling her, but she, declined to call her. So I said, girl. And so, the manager come out there and he was like, oh, I see you sending her home. She was like, yeah, she gonna be my bitch for life, but some people you just can't talk about everything with or whatever. And so then Rome basically said he want to fire Teak because he don't want Mississippi feeling any type of way because he saw her shaking and stuff over there in the corner and whatever. And so we see them, he was like, if you need anything or you feel uncomfortable in any way, just call me up or whatever. And then the camera pans and it's Wodie is like hot. Well, he wasn't hot, he was smoking, but he was behind like a column, but he heard everything that the manager had said or whatever. So I said, ooh, child. Then we see Dre. He ends up telling Autumn what's going on, like he running for mayor and stuff like that. And she was like, you want to be mayor of Chuckalisa? He was like, look, you about to sound like my wifey or whatever. And she was like, no, I think it's a good idea. And so he was asking her, like, is she going to be out? And so she was like, well, if I get the right offer, I'm going to be out or whatever like that. Corbin had stopped by, had offered me a clean meal and asked me if I wanted to sell. And then the people, I guess before she had brought the property, or maybe right after she brought the property, they had offered her $1 million then, but she had turned it down because she know what the waterfront property is worth or whatever. And so, she's basically telling Dre, like, it's worth more, and I know it's worth more, or whatever. And she was saying, like, she always wanted to flip the property and stuff, and, like, she a businesswoman. And the whole time, Uncle Clifford and Mercedes is listening to her and getting upset. And so I'm thinking to myself, it's not like she was... The only new information that she really gave is that she always wanted to flip the property, but she wouldn't have been able to flip the property had Uncle Clifford pay up on the bills and the dues and the rent and all that other stuff. Like, she wouldn't have had access to it. So now that she got access to it, why not flip the property? Like, what's the problem? Like, why we want to keep this rundown ass club? I don't know. I was team Autumn in that sense because, like, because Uncle Clifford came out, he all mad and stuff like that, talking about something, you was a thief in the temple the whole time. They going off of her, Mercedes and Uncle Clifford going off on her or whatever. And she was like, well, we can get a clean 10 mil for whatever. And then all the other strippers came out and stuff. And then they were saying, like, she ain't family no more. And Uncle Clifford basically was like, let's get away from her because rule 1001 is going to be a picture of Autumn next to it, and you got to be careful who you let in your door or whatever like that. And then Mercedes said like, Montavious was right. Now I understand what Montavious meant when he said you an easy bitch to love, but you an easier bitch to hate or whatever. And my whole thing is, again, if you can get 10 mil, because they all like, well, where are we supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go? First of all, that should not be your end career. Like, what you want to be stripping at 50 years old? Like, I mean, I've seen a club in Atlanta where it's like old people and disabled people who up there stripping. I mean, if that's what you want to do. But most of them strippers who say they strippers or whatever like that, that's technically not their end goal to be a stripper all their life. Their end goal is to stack money, save your money, stack it up, and then move to something else. Or most of them stack the money for school because they don't want to have to deal with student loans and all that other bullshit. And then they move on to whatever they wanted to move on, and you know what school was dealing with or whatever like that. It's very few strippers who want to do this long term. So I'm pretty much like, this is what y'all wanted to do long term. Like, why y'all mad? It's not like she's saying she gonna take the whole 10 million, you know, like that's before taxes, child, but after taxes it might be about 7. But anyway, it's not like she's saying she gonna take the whole kit and caboodle and then just put it in her bank account. She's saying she gonna give it to Uncle Clifford. She gonna give some to the strippers. Like, what is, if she sell that thing for $10 million, if y'all don't take some of that money and leave and find another goddamn strip club, like the Pink ain't all, like, come on now. I mean, I like the show and we like to see them clap and make it shake and all that other stuff. But they can do that in a different club if that's what they want to do. If their end goal is to be strippers all their life, that's what they can do. But y'all act like y'all can't do that nowhere else. Like, if y'all don't get y'all lives, like, she about to give y'all some cash code money. That's what y'all do to stripping for, cash code money. And then y'all can open up, like Mercedes, she want to open up a gym and all this other stuff. Like, she only doing this to stack money for her gym and her future for her child. So, like, girl, if y'all don't stop playing with me, so now they mad at Autumn all over again. I'm like, why are we mad at her? Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm looking at it a different way, but I'm like, it's like Autumn said, it's just the building. Like, if y'all don't get it together, like, come on now. She trying, like, look, y'all can build the Pink somewhere else, okay? Do that, have a job or whatever. Like, take the money and go. Like, you can open up a whole pole dancing place or whatever and teach people how to pole dance, make money that way. Like, you can still strip. Look at Mississippi making all this money online. Like, come on now, do better, people. Anyway, the health department, she still ain't approving, child. She like, y'all need to get this together, y'all need to get that together. They ain't got enough partitions, they ain't got enough of this or whatever. She was like, look, y'all need to get this shit together so I can burn the rest of my stimmy. And so then we see Murder. It's a condom on the table. Teak, he over there in the corner, child, all in the window talking about something. Because he can hold the postcard. He upset, child, talking about who the fuck Cliff. I said, oh shit. Oh shit. So he like, the whole time he was out, you ain't never write me no postcard. And so then he ends up leaving. I'm like, but he had wrote you while you was in jail and stuff. I mean, you know, he put the little tissues with the rap notes underneath your door and stuff. That was love. But you know, whatever. Anyway, at the uncle place, at Andre uncle place or whatever, Tydale, the baby mama, she cleaning the place out because I guess they had the reading of the will and stuff, and Tydale then left Andre the house or whatever. So he ends up calling Corbin and telling him like, look, this is my new headquarters, and he gives him the address and stuff like that. And so then on the news, shit just getting worse, child. They like, it ain't gonna get better, it's gonna get worse. And then Clifford texts Murder, child, asking was he okay. And then he was like, what she say? She had said what she say, the world fitting the end or some shit like that, is you okay? And so Murder had just looked at the text and ain't answered or whatever like that. And then at the end we see all of the people, all the names of the people that we lost in did it say 2020 or did it just say the people that we lost? I think it just said the people that we lost, and there was a whole bunch of names on there, child. I was just like, God damn, this some fucking shit. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode down there in the comments. I mean, am I supposed to be on team we don't like Autumn? Because I like her. I mean, she a businesswoman. She's trying to make that coin. Like, she's trying to do big things in Chuckalisa. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts about Autumn, Autumn Midnight, Autumn Wind, Autumn Fire, whatever the hell her goddamn name was. Y'all let me know down there. If y'all ended up liking this recap review, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.